The educational crisis. Back in 2017, it was in the news all the time here in Australia about how schools are a breaking point with 30% of students suffering anxiety, mental disorders, stress, depression, anxiety, all that unpleasant stuff. Well, it's got worse, hasn't it? The pandemic that's impacted every country has taken learning to a new low because students have had their lives really altered by the social impacts, the learning impacts, and the changes and the stress from being in lockdown and distance learning and all the stress that's happened in the family, lack of times with friends and everything. So my question is do you know how to turn your brain on for learning? Because that's also how you would de-stress if you're crawling up the walls because you're in your third month of Category 4 lockdown, as we are here. Otherwise there'll be hundreds of students at this university. It's a real issue. And schools and universities don't tend to teach the skills that are required for a student to check in on their state. How am I feeling? Have I got some nasty emotions running around inside my body that are going to cause stress and actually stop my brain from activating properly so I can learn efficiently and remember efficiently? So study skills are great, but your state and being in the learning state is the most critical of all. So those are the core life skills that I teach here, as well as how to deal with the emotional stuff, how to be motivated, and also whole brain study skills that will help learning and being focused and getting the work done really, really easy. Teachers and lecturers have plenty enough to deal with without having to teach students how to use their brain and formatting their lectures and classes in a way that is learning friendly, that can look after everybody and all their needs. Therefore, there needs to be a certain amount of self-responsibility and self-honesty for the parents and the students to say, hey, when I know how to drive myself, I can do well at school, then I can do well at tennis, then I can do well at jobs or self-employment, so they can tackle life. These life skills are 100% based in a person's capacity to enter that most resourceful place so they can do their best, and that is the learning state. Yeah, there are other names for it in other fields. I call that the whispering state at learnwhispering.com, where I teach people how to do the same thing so they can relate to nature safely, ethically, and with caring, so they can enjoy what this world has to offer. Because, you know, how do people relax? They go on holiday. Well, if you know how to do that just by sitting on grass, by entering the whispering state, the learning state, then the day can be processed and then you can get on with being productive at your job or at your school work. Learning can be fun and it can be easy. You just got to work out and master the skills of how to do that, because it's all to do with your state, the learning state, whole brain. Because educational systems really do just focus on the left brain activities of reading, writing, words, repetition. It doesn't serve all of you. It doesn't activate your neurology. So when you master these skills that are here, and we can add in other whole brain things that help, learning is fast, easy, and the results are so much better. And then when things like pandemics do happen and force great change on all of us, you've got the skill sets to deal with it. It's a remarkable skill set to learn. Yeah, it takes effort, it takes routine. Like anything, it's like tying your shoelace, it takes practice. So that's what I offer here. If this interests you, please contact me. Phone number's at the bottom of the page. I'm Jason Hopkinson for studentsuccesstutor.com.